Okay, I'm bored now.
She's shitted. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all. How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do?
Conciliatory of you, what?
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment.
Whoa.
She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion.
Oh, she's gonna take that arm off. Yep,
She
just
slices
immediately.
her arm.
Just didn't even think about it, just like, oh, yeah.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves.
That is so
Chain
gross.
clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
Well, that's not what I want.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Yes.
Shit.
Alright, so what are the other avenues that we can go down? Examine the chains. Well, let's try keeping her locked away. Ooh, let's try this. I'm going to keep you locked away here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal...
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
Actually, I think I remember this path.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay. Okay, let's try examining the chains.
Oh, for the love of...
The narrator.
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Well, you're
making
you kind of have a level 10 persuasion, you know. Your persuasion checks are pretty
doing the
high.
right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. And
Not like I had a real choice in the matter.
They're large and
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure...
doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
We had seen all this. And if there isn't a key, do you have any idea? Besides me cutting you out of here, I'm going to check upstairs.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Nope, I don't
She
give a fuck.
speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Okay. Last time we saved her, and then I remember that we lose control of our character, and the narrator hijacks our character and stabs her in the back. So I'm gonna go down with a straight up slaying.
Without hesitation, you bring the
Jesus.
blade down. The princess flinches as you strike, and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
Whoa.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Whoa, those intensities in those eyes.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger.
I think we're gonna
than
go
the
down
last,
the avenue of
shattering
battling
bone
the
and rupturing
big
tissue with
beastie.
reckless abandon. Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now.
Slay the princess.
You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around.
Okay, so last time we finished the job, give up. Run for the staircase and lock her into the basement. Maybe she'll bleed out. Well, we know that it's locked, so she's gonna come up there and mess us up. I think if we give up, she's just gonna outright murk us. So let's try the runaway option.
What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is, she's so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the
the door
stairs
is
and
open.
dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close
this
the
is
basement
different.
door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, We can make this work. She has an awful wound, and we have all the time in the world.
This is so
Playing
different.
Jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue.
Oh, and okay, we're about to go down this
Sleep doesn't
path.
come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
Here's a nice little detail I just picked up on. So the cursor that you use is the pristine knife. But once you stab her, the pristine knife of your cursor gets all bloody at the tip. It's a nice little detail they added there, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't catch that till now. Clever gal.
I know you're still there.
Yeah.
Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
This scene just reminds me so much of something from Evil Dead.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
Jeez.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all that you oh, okay, so all these avenues got locked out now. I don't have to worry about stumbling on the same path because it's saved from the gallery. That's so good. I don't have to ever worry about retracing my steps with a new save file. That's so nice. But it all culminates. Wherever you are, you're not a princess. Go ahead and waste your energy. I'll be waiting for you.
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the
That's
princess's
so
threats out of your
threatening.
mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Jeez, the pounding. Oh,
You
she's
jolt
in.
awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You look lovely today. You know that? Did you do something with your hair?
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves.
I'm paralyzed by
First
your
toes
beauty.
go numb, and then your feet.
Please don't tear off my head.
Then whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
No,
She steps closer.
you have very little time available.
One silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs
That is
shutting
such a
down
creepy
one by
ass
one.
image of that face of hers. The artist did such a great job of making this scene look so eerie with just simple artwork, just simply with sketching that shit in. It's so creative.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. Everything goes dark.
Yeah, everything goes dark, and then we reset. Now we got the wolfy fingers again.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay, we're here. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning.
Yep. Paranoid. We've heard the voice of the paranoid before. We've gone through this path before.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The blade is your implement. Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. So deep breath in, deep breath out.
Yep, here we go. Let's go meet the creepy ass creepers. You didn't say anything about the wall. Approach the mirror, take the blade. We're gonna enter without the weapon.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
Yeah. Nah.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood.
Oh, the eyes.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Ooh, the
her
eyes.
cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
Oh, this is new.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan.
I'm going to talk to her. And step off into the void between the stairs.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I don't know. Falling into infinite void seemed better than going down the stairs and dying. I'm just scared. But let's be honest. I was curious.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten.
Nice. Let's be thrilled about it then.
Make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be. She could be anywhere. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
Nope, it's perfectly normal. This is what my basement looks like all the time, you know?
No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it's... Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. We're going to die down here. Please stop saying that.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
I actually believe her. You want to know how? Because I've been here before. Good. Just do nothing.
Decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are.
Please.
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
Yeah, I kind of do.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate.
Whoa.
It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
It's such a good part. I love this part. I'm so glad I stumbled on this on our first playthrough.
Interrupt me some more. You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Hey, I look beautiful, thank you.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? That isn't my fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking.
Why won't you finish me off? What good am I you till alive? What do you want from me? What happens after you kill me last time? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. You know you're a lunatic. You know that, right? If we want to work together, can you at least turn this whole organ shedding thing situation? How about I just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. I'm not going to do any of this. I'm not going to help you leave. I'm not going to try to kill you, do your worst, maybe with your nightmare. Okay, let's get out of here. Fine, you win. Let's leave. So I think maybe going with submission might be a good option. Let's, instead of going with submission, the paranoid is our hero here. I think what we're going to do is we want to push the narrative as far to get to chapter 4. And then if we stumble back into this path, then we can shortcut it again afterwards. So, don't you finish me off. So let's... Why does she want to keep us alive?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. Shit, make her stop. Hey, snap out of it. Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, you're back. Lungs, liver, nerves.
One moment, and then you're gone.
Nerves.
Just
Lungs,
like
liver,
that.
nerves.
Ah,
Lungs,
and there's the fear.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
Heart, lungs,
Oh my god, you can hear paranoid like putting in the work right now. Guys coming in MVP right now. It just kind of dawned on me right now that literally the voice of paranoid, he isn't just pumping the body and keeping it alive, but he's like legitimately the only one able to influence the narrative here. Hero can't, my character can't, it's only him, which is just keeping the heart alive.
lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn this whole organ shedding thing situation?
Liver, nerves, heart.
If I kill you instead, you don't have to be enemies, be friends.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
So let's bargain with her.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn this whole organ shedding thing off?
Lungs, liver,
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
You don't have to be enemies.
If you look at that, you're suggesting exactly what I want. Somebody's ahead of the curve. I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then...
Huh.
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
So it seems like to me the only real option is either remain, which we picked at before, leave together, or run. Oh, there's a run option.
Liver, nerves, heart.
Let's run.
You turn and run, doing your best to put one useless leg in front of the other.
You poor thing. Wrong choice.
You get nowhere before the princess is in front of you once again. Nerves, heart,
Grandma, what big eyes you have.
You're always going to be a coward.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver. She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down.
Whoa.
You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you.
I love the teardrop that followed afterwards. That's so intense.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Whoa.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers.
Face.
Here one moment. Gone the next.
My.
The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out!
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out!
No. What's happening to us?
So intense.
Let me out!
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
The narrator is being affected now. He doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Nice. See what's behind her mask. Whoa! Whoa! Ah! The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
Well, Broken's back.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah.
We're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
Narrator's not going to be appeased by that idea.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
We did try that once.
Supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do.
We got all our voices again.
Everything.
We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
Whoa.
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
How Shakespearean.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
It's because this is my second playthrough. I'm noticing the pattern now.
You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Been here a lot now. I think that if this was my first playthrough and I had gone down this path, I would only have the number of voices congruent to the amount of times that I've died. But because I've come back here so frequently, after completing the game, the number of voices are increasingly growing faster, meaning the game is speeding up the progress for me. It wants me to get to the conclusion sooner. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here?
Many times.
It feels like we've been here forever. It also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That makes complete sense.
It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
It sounds more like nihilism than contrarian, honestly. I think they're all wrong.
Of course we're wrong.
She's the only thing that's right.
Wow. Huh.
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't remember. Seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decision? Let's go with this option.
What does here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
What if I don't remember what I did, or what I did, and I couldn't have been me that did it?
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way.
Be some truth to
Are
that.
you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment?
Oh.
Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
I disagree.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. We'll just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
You know what? That there is some facts about that.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces.
Some greater facts about that.
If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
You need therapy, Cold.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
Well, what if we can't go back to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. What if we don't go to the cabin?
Tried that. It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back to her. The deck is stacked.
So many paths, and they're all circles.
Can you make sense of them?
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
Yeah.
Yet you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
I do feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her.
I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
I just had this realization about the ending on my first playthrough. Since I chose the path to restart the loop all over again, I believe that each time that we start the process over, they figure it out quicker. They get faster at learning it. So it's an inevitability that they will eventually break free of the construct, or one of them will be destroyed. That is an inevitability. The only way out is to do nothing. So nothing I will do. Proceed to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin.
It's pretty cool.
Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill.
Floating
No,
mirrors.
this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies, and he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth.
And what I appreciate about this game, the fact that I finished it and now replaying it right now, it's treating my game like a new game plus, which is really awesome. So it makes it feel like the conclusion that I got is still continuing in a lot of ways.
Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others.
And what's wrong with giving them space? What if it's helping them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are.
Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
Approach the damn mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
I wonder if we will actually be able to see what's in it at some point.
Smash
beyond
it to
our reflection.
pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Proceed.
Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
I love you. Thank you for believing in me.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're
Wade's
one
there.
step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment.
They used the word teasing, didn't they?
The blade is your implement.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
All these options have already been taken away. You have to take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth.
Not good.
You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep.
You know what they say? When you look into the abyss looks back.
Deep in the bowels of the earth, you see something staring back at you.
Why did I have to
Fills you
open
with
my
dread.
big mouth? Why did I have to open my big mouth? Why did I make that, put that out into the universe and it just responded back? Huh?
It's her.
Yeah, I can see that it's her. Thank you. I can see her eyes and her lips, and no, her nose is missing.
She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
Oh. Inappropriate?
There you are. My toy has finally come to finish its job.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
You dragged this out for so much longer than you had to.
But I was having so much fun.
Closer
But it was always just a matter of time.
and closer
You are going to have to stop running eventually.
and closer.
Everything stops running eventually.
What a cool design.
Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. And what's left is for you to take my will and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too.
Oh, they are. Oh, I get it now. Oh, I get it. These two entities are of the same body. That's the purpose of the construct, to separate the mind from the body. So as long as the construct's in place, the whole of the mind is not intact.
A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your powers so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Take her hand and set her free. So, what is clear to me is that I thought we were two separate, like, deities trapped into the same world. But it's more than that. It seems to me that there's only one way out for one of them. It's either she gets free and she inhabits the body, or he gets free and he inhabits the body. Either way, there is only one avenue in which they can leave. Otherwise, if both of them continue to exist, they both perpetually stay stuck inside the construct.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
Tumbles over?
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
Dude, that is such a cool art design. That looks so cool. Wow.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
Huh. Princess is exhausted and slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Oh, and she gets yeeted. Goodbye. You don't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memories return.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back.
What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
You haven't tried that option yet.
Oh, you stop with the smashing.
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Approach the mirror. Step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
There's so many of them. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it, and it's me, my lonely self. You've grown. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Let's approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
I don't like how the hand kind of like digs into the, I don't like how this hand right here is like digging into the empty space of the face. That is creepy as shit and really like disturbing and invasive.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
So many questions. Are you the same being as you were before? Does it feel like to change like this? You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. What can I do that's the same? Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You know why she's kind? Because we're really the only person that she's got. We help ascend her by bringing her more perspectives. What do you want me to bring you next? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? Let's ask her about that.
This one is awaiting Maw. an inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart.
Nihilism. This perspective is nihilism nihilism manifested, or realism, I guess you can kind of call it that. The eventuality of death and the inescapable nature of it.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Are you the same being as you were before? God, what a cool design. Have you been kinder to me than anyone else? I don't want to hurt you, but I've got more things I have to go back to. What would... How many more vessels do you need? I'm ready to go back. I'm thinking about attacking the entity. If I destroy my body, it probably just resets. Let's attack the entity and see what happens. It's something radically different, so... You will cut across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay. Okay, good to know. But I bet if I destroy my body, it just ends the interaction. Either way, what this tells me is that because that we're incomplete, because that we're incomplete, we can't harm each other because there's so few elements of perspective that they need. They're not whole enough. Are you the same being you were before? I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Let's ask her about that.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Huh. Okay. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight answer? But she can't because she doesn't entirely understand it either, but this is also how she just communicates. The same as you were before. Let's go down the human path.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more.
Oh, that makes sense.
Any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
Okay, so the vessels are shaped by the memories of you. So my character's urgency not only shapes these memories of what they could be, but the impulses that are drawn to it, since I think, if I remember correctly, the entity that I play as is the long quiet. So by me creating the urgency in the story, they respond. It's responsive, the impulse. So for really what it is that this entity that she is just all of them are responding the way they are. They're doing it because it's just the eventuality of it. It's the inevitability of it. So they don't take it personally. They don't feel that connection, even though they display it. They just go down that path. They're a response. Oh, okay. But again, price of freedom because they all want the same thing unconsciously, which is to be of the whole.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Yeah.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Interesting. Kind of similar to like the saying of like, you can only know joy if you know suffering kind of thing. know those answers. These ones here are the same answers all the time. I know this is the same answer. What does it feel like to change like that? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Okay. That's a statement I don't entirely understand. When this is all done, do you know what to do? He's not gonna know what to do. What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
So, I feel like this is a great allegory to the human experience. Like, the human experience is very, like, full of contradictions. Being passionate about things allows you to be able to do great things and great good, but that same passion can drive you to do great evil, which is a contradiction. But it's driven by the same emotion, driven by the same feeling, driven by the same human condition. I wonder if the design of this entity is really based on the human condition and the human awareness. Or maybe the human fear. I don't know. Hard to say, because I haven't gained enough insight into exactly what this thing is. I have my current prevailing theory is that it's just a manifestation of death and death and end, basically. Let's kind of challenge her a little bit.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I cannot tell you what desires I will put in this moment. All I want is to know myself and to know you.
You mean the curiosity element, what binds them back together again? Because that's the common interest between both of them. And me as the player playing as the forgot what they call him. Me playing this character, I'm continuing playing the game because I want to see more. It's my curiosity that's driving it, and I'm feeding that to her. We both desire the same thing. The end, to know the truth of the end. You know that at the end of this, you're finished, I'm going to have to kill you, right? Let's see what she says to this.
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
You don't have any perspective of how you like to grow or change?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Tell me more.
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. You will have your rest in due time.
So, like, we're probably like halfway. Let's destroy my body. You raise the will to end your life, but it buries deep inside your body as it should be. You feel nothing at all. One of many hands in front of you reach forward and gently touch the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
There's no escape. You have to willingly go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you dare. The moment of clarity to her.